Wow. Holy hell. That was just rattling my speakers. That can't be good for my equipment. But regardless, that is just a metaphor for how excited I am that everybody decided to join me for the AFC East Roundtable tailgates. Not only for Bills fans, but also Dolphins fans, Patriots fans, Jets fans. This is our time to hang out, ladies and gentlemen. This is a nice little Q&A so we can just sort of pave the mentality of what we need to do when we go in to the AFC's roundtable, which is starting in just a mere 45 minutes. Now, I don't want to go on ahead and I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. It's a giant announcement tonight where you are not only getting an AFC East roundtable episode this evening, but you're also getting one on Thursday before the draft, Friday before the draft, and Saturday before the draft. You are going to be sick of all of our faces, by the time that it's over with. But we truly hope that everybody in here will have a little bit of time to join myself, TD, Richie, and then you will see Tyson tonight, but then he will not be here the rest of the week. We have Pat's Global. He is a Patriots YouTuber. He's going to be filling in, doing his best to fill some very, very big shoes. As you know, during this tailgate, this is for us just to talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. This is strictly Q&A. So when you have some time, go on ahead and just fire off your questions, baby. Fire off your questions. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Smash that like button. Helps me out a lot, baby. It's free and it's 2 seconds. And then also say, for example, that you want to follow me on Twitter, right? If you want to chirp me or something like that, you can go on ahead and find that information right down there. What's going on, man? I'm seeing a nice little mix of different fans. We have Pat's gang in here with a Y. I mean, what's up, man? What's up? Why? Because we can, bro. Why? Because we can. What's up, everyone? Hype time. I know Jets Unleashed is going absolutely off right now. I know that he is on cloud nine with the acquisition of Aaron Rodgers. Big news. Huge news today that dude, man, is on that team. Absolutely wild. Visible says, hey, what's up, Visible? That is a new name, man. New name in the chat. Always excited. We have Amicus. What's good, brother? Hope the good life is there. Sports Talk with Planet Jadarius. It's been a while, man. It's been a while since I see my guy over here. Let's just hope the damn division lives up to the hype, unlike the AFC West last year. It's funny you say that, right? Because I feel that I've seen this movie before. Last year when Russell Wilson went to Denver. Last year when the Chargers seemed to sign just about every single person on the face of the planet in free agency. Everyone was saying the Chiefs were done, that division was just going to be an absolute shit show of success, and it wasn't. It completely flopped, and the same thing happened like it always happens. Now, don't get me wrong. I love seeing some good competitive football, but no offense to anybody that is not a part of the Bills Mafia, but I hope it turns out exactly the exact same way that the AFC West turned out last year, where the usuals come out on top. So definitely something wild. Ronald Enix, what's up, man? How's good life? How is the good life, man? It's good to see you. Visible is coming in and saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think Buffalo gets D-Hop during the draft? Now, there's a different scale for me. There's a scale where I think that they absolutely should. That's a 10. That is off the damn board. If Arizona is asking for a second-round pick, then you bet your ass that I am sending over a second-round pick in Ed Oliver right over to Arizona, and I am getting that man on this roster. 110%. It makes zero sense. I've never been able to agree with anybody that hoards NFL picks, like hoards draft picks. That's for teams that are rebuilding. That's for teams that are not considered to be Super Bowl contenders. If D-Hop is available for a second-round pick, you take it. He's already said that he's willing to restructure his contract. If we ship Ed Oliver off as well, we save close to like $10 million. That gives us some wiggle room. It is 110% the best possible move. Now, as far as my scale to 1 to 10 of whether or not that I think Brandon Beane is going to do it, Four. Yeah. I mean, say that anything happens during this draft. And like I said, no one knows what's going through these GMs' mind. There is smoke screen after smoke screen after smoke screen. But my best guess is that we're going to trade down. We'll get an additional second round pick. We'll probably grab like Jack Campbell or that linebacker out of Arkansas. And then who knows? That's my gut feeling. I hope that I'm pleasantly surprised, but that's just what I'm thinking right now. Sports Talk with Planet Jadarius comes in and says, I'm just a Tua and Sauce Gardner fan. Interesting. Who is your team then, by the way? Who's your team, or are you just following players? Super interested. Like I said, all fan bases are welcome. All fan bases are welcome to these streams, baby. I love doing them. I'm going to be way more consistent with them. Like I said, I'm doing YouTube full-time, by the way, now. I haven't made that announcement publicly, but I finally ended up getting to a point where I have saved up a very handsome nest egg, and I'm going all in, baby. I mean, I'm sure you guys noticed that I have been posting every day for the past couple of days, and I'm just hitting the ground running, baby. So, I mean, from now on, all you are seeing is absolute the best that I could possibly put out. And I'm so glad that everybody here is just a part of the journey as I take that off and really go all in on YouTube. Super, super exciting. Super exciting. The Jets are not the Broncos. That is for sure. Nick C comes in and says, giving up Ed Oliver is so unnecessary in that transaction. Monetarily necessary, because we would need to be able to create some sort of cash to be able to pay DeAndre Hopkins. I know that he's willing to restructure some of his stuff, but I mean, what are we sitting at cap right now? I think last time I checked, it was like 2-3 million. We'd have to pay him a hell of a lot more than that. So I think that's the only, like, one of the only people that could be traded on this roster that would make such a significant move. It wouldn't be the best, but that would just be, hey, I want to focus on our offense, and then we're okay with having a couple of holes on defense. Let's just hope that Josh Allen and D-Hop and Stephon Diggs, Damian Harris, who knows, just puts up 50 on average every single game. But we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on. Sauce and Reed versus Diggs and Hopkins would be fun to watch. It definitely would. There's nothing like that. Sports Talk with Planet Jadari says D-Hop submits you guys as number one in that division. Man, I still think it's up there. Man. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think that it is certainly, it's up in the air, man. I mean, the Jets are stacked. The Jets are absolutely stacked. The Dolphins are stacked, but like on defense, they are, right? I think that the Dolphins really hurt themselves by completely ignoring their offensive line. If the entire narrative this offseason was, hey, we need to protect Tua at all costs. We need to make sure that that man can play all 17 games. And then, like, you don't do a thing to your offensive line, and they don't have a first-round pick. So, like, are they thinking that they're going to be able to, like, add a couple of pieces and they're just going to be NFL starting caliber week one? I don't know. That's why I think the Jets are in a better spot than the Fins this year. That's me. But I'm a Panthers fan along with Clay from Pantherology. Clay is one of my best friends. In fact, he lives down the street from me, as a matter of fact. Super cool kid. Glad to see that you decided to come by, man. Clay is the dude. Mel, my guy, what up? Good to see you, man. Super excited about tonight's episode and super excited about the bonus episodes that will be airing this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Absolutely love it. Amicus, what's up, man? Is Buffalo Bills need to trade Oliver and a fifth for Hopkins, then Jackson, Smith, or Bijan not at 27. We move back to 32 for Mazzy, then trade up to 42 for Campbell and Sanders. This guy's all over the board right here, ladies and gentlemen. All over the board this year. I love it. I mean, honestly, I am in the middle of doing a series right now where I interviewed several other Buffalo Bills content creators to give me their mock draft. and one that's going to be released on Thursday morning did something very, very similar. I would love Jackson Smith. I would love John Robinson. Personally, I think it would be a miracle if they would fall to 27, because as much as it would be cool, I don't think Brandon Beane's trading up this year. I would love to be pleasantly surprised, but like Amicus is saying right now, I really think that a trade down makes sense. I do like Mazzy. I think that he would be a tremendous addition right to our defensive line, because we certainly need it. But especially with defensive tackle, every single defensive tackle on our roster as of right now is going to be a free agent next year. Like, we are screwed at the defensive tackle position next year. And all we've heard from Bills media has been, oh, we need a linebacker. Oh, we need another DB. Defensive tackle's very high up there. Very, very high up there. Next year, we're going to be even, I would say, in more of a pinch financially than we were this offseason. So let's just make the house, baby. Let's just make the house. Rated G for Miss Fins. I love that. And so how are you doing? And so YouTube full-time with 16,000 subscribers and only 30 watching. Brand deals, baby. AFC East Roundtable. And so AFC East Roundtable, baby. And solid brand deals, everything along those lines. And like I said, I've saved up a lot of money, so now I can go ahead and just do it full-time, dog. Worst case scenario, say it doesn't work out, and then I could always find another job. But I refuse. I absolutely refuse to not try, right? I mean, I don't think I'd ever forgive myself if I did not just go all in on this and see exactly where I can take it. But don't worry, brother. I'm doing just fine. I live in a beautiful house. I own another one. I'm good. Trust me. Sports Talk with Planet Jadarius saying we should be what the Bills are. And Panthers let you guys have a good staff. The farm team for the Buffalo Bills. Right then and there. No. I get it, man. I get it. I like Frank Reich. I really like Frank Reich. They are one of the best people that I have seen for quite some time. Very good coach, offensive minded. I'm not necessarily sure that I like the Bryce Young pick. I think he's a little undersized for the quarterback sort of situation, but here we are, baby. Here we are. We got Mel coming in saying, don't be surprised if we double dip at defensive tackle. Man, I would not be surprised, Mel. I would absolutely not be surprised if that happens whatsoever. It's just is what it is, how it is. Joshua Price coming in, man. Long time no see. I love that profile picture, by the way. Thanks for the content, Dan. Been watching you for years. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I started off in, I think it was 2019. I came home from the bar and I just made a video about the Buffalo Bills, and then it just completely skyrocketed and blew up. So, and then ever since, I've been going on ahead and I've just been making a bunch of content ever since. Super excited. Super excited that so many of you decided to stick around for as long as you did. It's been a wild, wild ride. Now, with everybody in the chat right now, I'm super curious. I've heard a lot of names being thrown around. I've heard a lot of different things being thrown around. Who is your ideal first rounder at 27? I'm not talking about us trading up or trading down. Imagine that we just stick at pick number 27. What exactly are we doing? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear it. Nick C says the Bills have to be careful about the positions they draft, or they're going to have to release some decent players during camp. That's something a lot of people aren't talking about. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I feel like that there was several scenarios out there where we just drafted so well that we had to cut somebody during training camp. I think perfect example was OJ Howard. I mean, yeah, he didn't end up playing all too well right with the team that he ended up playing for, but that's just part of the game, unfortunately, and something that a lot of people need to think about. Drew Sanders, that is a big Cam, let me tell you what, that is a huge Rico from Buffalo Fanatics guy. Rico loves that guy. He is when you talk about Drew Sanders, that is that linebacker that can really get to the quarterback. Bunch of pressures. can line up on the edge. Not necessarily your Tremaine Edmonds, like somebody that's relatively decent in pass coverage. But I mean, if you're concerned about getting to the quarterback, then that would be a sleeper pick. That would be a huge sleeper pick if that was the case. We have Enigma and then Bajan. Okay, and then rated G for Miss Fins. Yeah, man, most definitely. For a while, I was in the software industry for about 4 to 5 years. So I've been able to save a bunch of money. So as far as my revenue is concerned, it is ad rev and then brand deals for the most part. That's like my biggest thing is brand deals. And then also like all of the stuff that comes from the AFC East Roundtable because I'm part owner of that. And then, yeah, I mean, really, the moral of the story on my end is that um, I'm not that kind of guy that's just going to always sit back and wait for the perfect time for me to take the jump, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, like, I'm going to wait until this is the day or this is the day or this is the day. Sometimes the best time to take that jump is when you're most scared to do it. And I just would never forgive myself if I didn't. So, I mean, I'm in a great spot right now. Just literally going ahead and making content about football. It's my favorite thing in the entire world, like that and TikTok. So, I'm good. I'm good, my friend. Mel is also huge on Drew Sanders. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Dalton Kincaid would be interesting too. 12 personnel and Allen throwing to him would be elite. Would Dalton Kincaid really be there? I'm pretty sure he's been like 15, like pick 15, pick 20, like one of the two. Um, he would be dope, but we'll see. Kim Betts says that Rico is big on Bajan. I am also big on Bajan, 110%. Visible's coming in and saying Jordan Addison, wide receiver, is also huge. He is 110%. In fact, one of the collaborations that I ended up doing the other day, that was the first pick. Surprisingly, for the first time in forever, PFF had that man drop to 27. Very speedy. He's 5'11". I feel like everyone's obsessed with like size, like on the wide receiver core. Hate to break it to you, there's not many very large receivers like after Jackson Smith. Absolutely no way. So, I mean, it's something to think about. Something to think about. We'll see. Also, I was talking to T. Estelle from Not Your Average Podcast here, built in Buffalo, and realized all 5 of our top wide receivers can play inside and out, are all versatile. I think Dorsey's going to have to do a lot. I feel like Dorsey is going to have to do a lot this year because whatever happened, especially toward the end of the season and the playoffs, was just absolutely different. Do you guys want to draft a running back because you guys need one? I suppose it depends on who you ask, right? Ken Dorsey really isn't that kind of guy. Ken Dorsey really isn't that kind of guy that loves to run the ball. In my opinion, even if we had someone like Robinson, or even if we had a player like Derrick Henry, like a true bell cow back, with Josh Allen, I feel like he just has these shades on and he just loves going for the pass game almost immediately. I feel like that's been his go-to point. Us picking up Damian Harris has been awesome. I think that he's been slept on. He's been a power back for a long time. His issue is that he just can't stay healthy, right? Dude just can't stay healthy. I think we're okay with that. I do like James Cook. I just wish that we utilized him a bit more in the pass game because that's what he was known for in Georgia. And then also with Hines as well. Same thing. I mean, that was supposedly the reason why we ended up trading for Hines. And then what happened, right? Like, what happened after that? He became our kick returner. Very, very little contribution right in the pass game. And that was one of his things. So we'll see what's good there. Okay, so we have, yeah. Okay, well, Quentin Johnson's 6'5". That's true. Lots of good tight ends. Very, very true. Okay, we got Al Bristol coming in and saying it's B. John Robinson, it's Darnell Wright, Addison, Jalen Hyatt, Zay Flowers, or Drew Sanders. Pick one of them or the D-Hop trade. Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, I am 100% fine with shoving off a second-round pick for D-Hop. If we get D-Hop, I can care less if we get a long snapper. That's all I care about. I just hope to God we get D-Hop. Me too, man. Me too. I feel like everybody is about that. James Cook def is looking like a bust. I mean, I hope not, man. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him a bust immediately. I know that running backs have a shorter time frame, shorter window of determining whether or not that they're going to be so a shorter window of them being considered good, great, or a bust. But I just don't think he was utilized, man. I mean, I know that he made a mistake early on. He fumbled the ball, and then Sean McDermott, he just, didn't play him for a couple of games. And then afterwards, he was slowly implemented into the offense again. Sean McDermott doesn't like rookies. He doesn't. I mean, the perfect example is just when Kyer Elam barely saw the field. You had a 6-rounder starting over him at the beginning. And then when Elam ends up winning us the game against the Dolphins in the playoffs, literally it was thanks to him based off of that play. He wasn't starting against the Bengals that next day. So it's hard for me to come out there and say, hey, listen, he's a bust because, I mean, we really didn't see a lot of him last year. And he wasn't utilized in his strength, which is being a pass catching back. So something to think about. So we have Amicus. He can catch with hands too, bro. He's a wide receiver. I get it. He prefers body catching. Cook looked good at the end of last year, average over 5 yards per carry. He did. I just really wish that he would be utilized a bit more in the pass catching game. That's what I think his strength is. But I mean, we need some sort of running back. I hope Damian Harris can be it. I mean, I just remember him absolutely destroying us 2 years ago, that win game, when he put up 200 yards against us. I mean, granted, when Mac Jones only throws 3 attempts, what can you do? Let me see what else we got here. James Cook averaged 5.7 yards per carry, led the team. That's right. Limited attempts, though. It's not as many as I would have liked. Just give him a chance. Absolutely, man. Give him a chance, baby. Knock it out. Cook, 89 carries, 507 yards, 5.7 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Really want to see those carries go up. For James Cook this coming year. I think that is just going to be something that everyone needs to consider. But long-winded answer to your question. No one knows. Nobody knows. Sports Talk with Planet Jadarius says Damian is that guy. He 100% is. Man. I'm feeling it. I know it. Let's make it work. It's double the carries, and that's 1,000+ yards at that pace. Absolutely. Let's knock it out. Talk to Dorsey. That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. Listen, AFC East Roundtable is starting here in about 20 minutes. I have a little bit of prep to do before I hop in there. Make sure you're there, baby. Bills Mafia, go on ahead, knock it out. Should have a great show for you tonight. It's going to be TD, Richie, and Tyson, and we're just going to be doing our normal antics. So make it happen, and we will see you next time. Later.